guys, welcome to our channel Finance Insights English. You are 20 years old. You have 6 years to change your life. Imagine waking up tomorrow and you're 20 years old again. You have almost no money. You don't have your career figured out. You don't know exactly what you want to do with your life. But you have something incredibly valuable. Time. 6 years. That's it. 6 years until you're 26. And here's the scary part. Those 6 years are going to pass anyway in the blink of an eye. The question is, when you turn 26, will you wish you had started today? If I were 20 again and had 6 years to completely change my life, this is exactly what I would do. 1. Stop trying to look successful. At 20, it's incredibly easy to confuse looking rich with becoming wealthy. New phone, expensive clothes, weekend spending. Social media makes it even worse. You see someone your age traveling, buying a car, making money, and suddenly you feel like you're behind. But I'd remind myself, I don't need to look successful at 20. I need to build something that makes me successful at 30. So instead of spending money to impress people, I'd use money to buy skills, experiences, assets, and freedom. Because the person who looks rich at 20 and the person who becomes wealthy at 30 are often two completely different people. 2. Become really good at one valuable skill. If I could go back to 20, I wouldn't try to learn everything. I'd pick one skill that the market actually pays for. Maybe sales, programming, AI, digital marketing, finance, video editing, copywriting, design, etc. Whatever fits my strengths. And I'd spend the next 2 or 3 years becoming ridiculously good at it. Because your first investment shouldn't necessarily be in the stock market. Your first investment should be in your ability to earn. If you can turn a skill into rupees 50,000, then rupees 1 lakh, then rupee 2 lakh a month, you've created something much more powerful than a few percentage points of investment returns. You've increased the size of the engine that creates your money. 3. Start making money early even if it's small. At 20, I wouldn't wait for the perfect job. I'd learn how to make money. Freelancing, part-time work, content creation, tutoring, online services, a small business. Anything legitimate that teaches me. How does value become income? Because earning your first 1,000 rupees from your own skill teaches you something college often doesn't. It teaches you that money isn't magic. Money is created when you solve problems for people. And once you understand that, your entire relationship with money changes. 4. Build the first emergency fund. Before trying to become rich, I'd make sure one bad month couldn't destroy me. I'd build an emergency fund, maybe 3 to 6 months of essential expenses depending on my situation. Because financial freedom isn't just about making more money, it's also about being able to say, I can handle an emergency without borrowing money. That feeling alone is worth a lot. 5. Start investing boringly. Once my basic financial foundation was in place, I'd start investing. And I wouldn't look for the next 100x stock. I wouldn't chase crypto because someone on social media said it's going to explode. I wouldn't trade every day. I'd learn the basics. Diversification, risk, asset allocation, fees, taxes, compounding, and I'd invest consistently. Because when you're 20, you have one unfair advantage, time. You don't need to become a millionaire next year. You need to give your money enough time to grow. 6. Taking health seriously. This isn't a finance tip, but it might be the most valuable one. I'd exercise, sleep properly, eat better, protect my mental health. Because what's the point of building wealth if your body can't enjoy the life you're building? At 20, your health feels almost unlimited. That's exactly why you can take it for granted. Don't. Your future body is being built by today's habits. 7. Be extremely careful about who I spend time with. Your friends don't just affect your weekends, they can affect your future. If everyone around you spends everything they earn, you'll start thinking that's normal. If everyone complains but never learns, you'll think that's normal. If everyone is building something, you'll want to build something too. So I'd ask myself, do the people around me make me want to become better? If not, I'd create some distance. Not because they're bad people, but because your environment quietly shapes your standards. 8. Stop being afraid of failure. At 20, I'd take more calculated risks. I'd apply for jobs I thought were out of reach, start projects, publish content, learn things I'm bad at, try businesses, fail, and try again. Because here's something I'd want my 20-year-old self to understand. Failure at 20 is information. You tried something, it didn't work. Now you know something you didn't know yesterday. That's incredibly valuable. The biggest mistake isn't failing. It's reaching 26 and realizing I never even tried. 9. Think in 6-year blocks. This would be my biggest mindset change. Instead of asking, how can I change my life this month? I'd ask, what could my life look like 6 years from now if I worked on the right things every day? Imagine, at 20 you know nothing about investing. At 21 you understand money. At 22 you have a valuable skill. At 23 your income has increased. At 24 you are investing consistently. At 25, you have savings, skills, and experience. And at 26, you're not necessarily retired, you're not necessarily rich, but you're in a completely different position. You have options. And that's what financial freedom really starts with. So, if I had to summarize my entire 6-year plan, at 20 years, learn 21, build skills 22, increase income 23, start building assets 24, scale your career or business 25, protect and grow your wealth 26, have options. And here's the most important part, don't obsess over becoming a millionaire by 26. Instead, become the kind of person who can become financially independent. Build the skills, build the discipline, build the income, build the assets, build your health, build your relationships, build your character, because money is only one part of the equation. One day, you're going to be 26. That's happening whether you prepare for it or not. You can arrive there with 6 years of excuses or 6 years of progress. And you don't need to transform your entire life tomorrow. You just need to make tomorrow slightly better than today. Learn one thing at a time. Save some money, invest consistently, exercise, read, build a skill, avoid unnecessary debt. Spend less time comparing your life to strangers online, and repeat. Because 6 years from now, you might look back at the person you are today and say, thank you for starting. So, if you're 20 right now, don't waste the next 6 years trying to prove yourself to everyone else. Use them to build a life you won't need to escape from. And if you're already 26, 30, or 40, it's not too late. Because the second best time to start is today. If you found this video useful, subscribe to Finance Insights English for more simple ideas about money, investing, and building a better financial future. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.